So there's not much to talk about today for today's log. So like I said from a previous video, right now what I'm doing in terms of my mindset, not just in terms of the way that I'm approaching life, is with the whole visualization thing, with the whole law of assumption thing. I'm only gonna do those things when my internal system is at sort of like a neutral, clear state. I won't do them when my mind is too flustered. There's ways to be more conducive, like there's ways to allow for a more conducive focus. And if your mind is scattered all over the place, it's not really that good to focus. So I'm gonna go all based on the feeling, the aura, how my energy is. I'll go all based off that. Like today, I was able to do it, pretty good. Because if you push too far, you might not be ready in terms of the emotional fluctuation that could happen and the shit that's gonna come up, like energetically wise, and you might not be consistent. If you can do 5 minutes of visualization every single day, it's better than 20 minutes every other day. Literally, if you can actually sit down and do 5 minutes of solid visualization, then it's better than 20 minutes every other day. But honestly, 20 minutes of solid visualization every other day is great too. But can you do 20 minutes of solid visualization to keep your mind concentrated in one flow of direction for 20 minutes? It could be a bit challenging. But because the whole process, most of the time, you're just taking time to redirect your mind back to the object of concentration. But yeah, let me get to the main gist instead of just rambling. So in terms of manifestation, in terms of law of assumption, in terms of visualization or whatever, putting my mind into something, I'm only gonna do it when energetically I'm right. And I have an amazing tool that I got from the Isha Foundation, Shamavi Mahmoud Lukriya. It's an excellent tool for cleaning your system up. Spend a couple days before doing any mental intention visualization type of things. Spend a couple days doing 2 sessions with Shamavi Mahmoud Lukriya and just being in an open receptive state, not forcing anything, not wanting to gain anything, not going anywhere, no desire for anything, just completely open. Spend a couple of days like that. Once you're at a good state of being, because you'll get to a good state of being if you do that, but once you get to a good state of being level, then you may begin to play a little bit, but you gotta make sure that you gotta go by feeling. If you're too disorientated, you cannot focus. So you have to do something to sort of squeeze the pressure out, the valves. You might need to exercise. You might need to run, do some cardio. You might need to go outside and get some nature. You might need to eat a little bit less, be a little bit more of an empty stomach. And then you might need to just surrender on a awareness level. You might just start to need to let go of things that you think are important in terms of exactly how things are gonna happen or shit like that. You might need to let go of that, the fear. You might need to just let go of that for a bit. Then once you get to a clean state, play. Don't try to make anything happen. Simply play first. Get familiar with it. Like let's say you're going to go drive your car, or learn how to drive a car. You gotta get familiar first before you try it. So get familiar, play with it, internalize it, and then you may begin to push under the throttle just a tad. But don't push the throttle too fast if you can't handle it. So it's good to time every once in a while to have like a day where you go sort of, I'm not gonna say intense, but more intense than what you normally do. Just one day, and then go back to the regular, consistent thing that you do in terms of your growth, your progress, growth and stuff. Now food, I noticed that food is a there's certain foods you eat that increase your sexual desire, like the lower energy. It does really happen. It's true. Certain foods make that side of you more powerful. Certain foods reduce it, right? It's not necessarily a lethargy thing, but certain foods, I think when I was eating meat, like heavy meat, the 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 to combat the sexual desire is much tougher, or to not resist but to surrender to the sexual desire is much tougher when you're eating meat. Not saying that it's gone, but if you eat a lighter diet, it's much easier. You're always sort of hungry. The only thing you're really focusing on is the hunger. If you get too full, if you get too belly lethargic, then everything of the lower energy starts to pick in, like come in. But if you're always a little bit slightly hungry, you can't really focus on anything but the hunger. It's always kind of there, you know. It's not like you're hungry, but you're just like hungry for life, you know. That's what I have to say about that. Then in terms of life and stuff, I messed around with it today. I think the Shambhavi is actually doing this, where I'm able to look at something and not be in my mind space. Like normally I'd be always paying attention to what's going on in my mind, but I'm able to look at something if I just really start, really looking and see it, not with like the labels that are in my mind. I can't really explain it, but just look at something sort of like you're looking at it when you're a kid. You can just simply look at it, without being in the mind space. So that's a pleasurable experience, meaning if you feel like not using your mind, you can simply not use it and just be, there. It takes practice because the mind, your focus has been trained, and like your awareness has been like trained to pay attention to the mind every now and then. But if you apply yourself, then you can do it. This is just what the Shambhavi, this is what I'm noticing. I think the Shambhavi is doing this, And in terms of enlightenment, the way I see it is like, you can't reach enlightenment. That's the way I see it. Nobody could reach anything. Like, you can't reach enlightenment. Definitely enlightenment is something like that your seeking is gone. So you can't grasp enlightenment. You can do things that make you more willing and more open so that you can stop the whole thing of chasing. This is why like someone like Dr. David Hawkins, who became enlightened, quote unquote, but his seeking was done, and he wasn't a yogi in the mountains or nothing. It's just a matter of what it is are you looking for, and the attachments you have. At the very basic level, for most people, it is survival. They're just trying to survive better than the next person, better than the next door neighbor. At another level, it could be dreams and goals, relationship, all these things. They pop up as sort of desires, needs. But enlightenment, you can say, is always being in a constant state of not needing anything, you can say. It's not that you're useless and you're a nobody. It's just that to be fulfilled, to be complete, you don't need anything. You don't need joy. You don't need suffering. You don't need happiness. You don't need money, a relationship. You don't need any of those things to be complete. I'm not saying to survive or be functional in the world. I'm just saying to be complete. And yeah, so it's not anything fancy. It's not, can you walk on water? Can you do telepathy? Can you heal people? It has nothing to do with that. And when you really look at it, who cares about the healing? Who cares about the telepathy? That shit is just fucking noise at the end of the day. The enlightenment thing is very, very the truth for sure. Like, just being here fully. Like, the need to do shit, I need to be a telepathic. I need to. It's not that you need to do those things. It's not that you need to be, like, superhuman like that. But someone who's enlightened probably that shit just opens up to them. But it's not that they need it, Anyways, that's all I really have to say. Let me see if there's anything else I have to say. No, that's all I really have to say. I'm just gonna go on and practice what I preach. You know, recuperating, getting my system clear, clean, and once my system is clear and clean, then I'll push the throttle. Visualization, law of assumption, just playing around with any desire that pops in my head. I'll write it out and then just go play in it, be in it, experience it, feel it, see if I like it, really get familiar with it, and then start looking at things with no label or out of my mind space. Start looking at things not in my mind space, but just simply looking at things. And that's what I'll do for the next couple days, weeks or so. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. In terms of the suffering that I experienced earlier, it's dwindled down a little bit. It's rising now, but yeah, it was immense suffering before, but we'll see in the coming days, you know. But I just have to be open, so I just have to, accept it. And yeah, that's all I have to say.